We are down on the farm to celebrate a birthday. How's it going? How's it feel to be, what are you now?
Yes.
A little older.
Almost as old as dirt, like they say.
1 year older.
Yep. Today is the day, 8/24/24. So, yeah, 1946 model. So you guys do the math and figure that out. So, it's been an interesting life so far. I've had quite the experiences over the years. Ventured into something new with the wood hounding here. So
he's got a new side hustle.
Yep.
A new side hustle that Senior's taken on here. We're going to check that out in a little bit. But last night on the Friday night live stream, there was a bunch of guys on there that were wishing you a happy birthday, and I told them that I was going to be coming down and getting you on camera.
Yeah, we had a retirement party to go to. One of our relatives-in-law, I guess you'd call her. She had worked for 30 years at the actual chicken processing plant in Arcadia.
Whew.
And that's a long gig for a place like that. And
yeah,
I think Shelley is what now, about 53 or 4 years old. So I don't know what she's going to do from now on, but they had a little get together, so we went over. So I missed the live feed, but I'm here today.
Well, there you go. So so we're making up for it. And I know there's been a few other guys asking for Ludo over in Belgium. He's been wanting to see another tour of the cabin, so we just got back from
that. Yep.
Going back there, and you were saying how long have you had the cabin?
We figured it out today. Now we initially started it in 1990, so it's 34 years now.
34 years.
Yeah, and it's started out kind of just a basic shack. There was no insulation, nothing, and over the years we insulated and improved it and
decorated it.
Yep, decorated up, and it had its heyday when the kids were in high school. There was a lot of parties back there and get-togethers, and who was
having parties?
Who was having parties? There's been 3 honeymooners stayed there, had their
there's been a few
their beginnings or whatever. So
it's kind of acted as a I guess private invite only Airbnb.
Sort of,
yeah.
So if anybody wants to come on and stay here, feel free to ask.
We've been back to the cabin. I know some people were waiting to see that, or they've been wanting to have a revisit, because I think it was a few years ago I did a video on
I think it was actually in the wintertime,
but yeah, right now it's today. It's pretty hot again. The dog days of August are here.
Starting up again.
I was doing a little scouting for some potential firewood to be had this fall. Found a couple.
Yeah, there was storm damage and whatever.
Yeah,
and there was a dead hickory. So if anybody's got a handle on what would kill a hickory tree, I'd like to hear about that, because what the heck,
kind of just in the middle of a whole bunch of other ones.
A 12-inch tree
dead hickory, and then we found a dead cherry. Couple dead cherry trees.
Wondering about that also. So yeah, it's
and a birch.
Kind of a mystery.
And I am on the hunt for some of the specialty woods now for a little upcoming project. So I found a source of some hickory, some more cherry, and even a little birch.
Well, you might as well take a walnut tree too. What the heck,
I thought about that, but there aren't any dead ones back there.
Well, if you cut them down, they'll be dead. So. They could. There's some trees in there. Let's face it. They
need to be thinned.
They need to be thinned out. They're pretty ugly.
The little walnut. There's a little grove of walnuts. How long has that been growing?
Oh, that was the 70s when they kind of got started.
When you planted them?
Yeah, they've been around. There's some of theirs 18 inches.
Yeah, there's some good sized ones.
I was just telling Dan we do a little online auction and watching or whatever, and there was 6 or 8 walnut logs, probably 6-8 feet long. I didn't get a measurement, but they weren't very big. 12-inch plus. Some of them were a little bigger. They went for $500.
And how many of them were there?
I think about 6, at least 6 for sure.
So a little under $100.
Yeah.
Piece.
So I was like, okay, I got a few bucks worth of walnut laying around.
So yeah, we're down on the farm, and like I mentioned, Senior has a new side hustle. So let's check this out. So here we are in your shop, and your new side hustle involves what?
Copper.
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 Mining. Are you like mining?
Kind of. Urban mining, I guess they call it.
Urban mining.
Urban mining,
Oh, I
yep.
like that.
Well, I'm into firewood and stuff, but a lot of you guys are selling with roadside stands, but where I'm at, nobody buys firewood per se. I mean, it's just not going to be a lucrative business.
Yeah, there's no market.
So about 2 years ago, I kind of got started in mining copper out of motors and anything, So I gather up motors. I have a friend of mine that brings me motors, and I tear them apart and get the copper out of them. So you're saying, well, how does that happen? Well, here's a small motor that is out of maybe a fan or something, who knows. Anyway, what you got to do is put them in the vise, and you cut the end off like this. So there you've got the copper. You got to kind of take this apart and get all of this covering off. And then that actually comes out to something like this.
Ooh.
Get odds and ends pieces like that. And then this, you put in the vise, and you take a punch and drive all of these copper windings out of there and clean it up and put it into my bin.
Uh-oh.
So when I'm done with doing that, I bring them over here, and this is my collection now of what I've got.
Holy moly.
What I've harvested. So this is about, I don't know, about a month's worth of putzing around and working or whatever. So yeah, some of this comes out of pretty good sized motors, they're nice big windings. And this is considered number 2, anything copper piping like this with the fittings, number 2 copper, worth a little less than number 1. The best copper price you can get is for this.
Ooh.
This is called
That
Bear.
looks shiny.
Yeah, this is called Bear Bright. This is over $3 a pound for this stuff. But you got to strip the plastic coating off of here. So I bought this machine from Canada, a wire stripper, and I run the wire through there, and then it actually comes out with all of this stuff. This is the plastic stripping.
So what do you do with that?
Well, I got a secret location I get rid of that. So. What do you do?
So you got some electronics over here.
Yeah,
Is that?
they brag that up on YouTube about there's gold and all of that, and it's like,
You need a lot of
I'm
it.
going to worry about.
You need a lot to be
You
able
need
to
a
get.
lot, yeah, and it's something that I'm sure there's people that do get some gold product out of there somehow. Supposedly these little contact points here are gold plated, but it's so minute that for me it's not. This is a lot easier.
So you've got how many different? So is there a difference in what's in each container here?
Well, this is just someplace to put it, basically.
There's some.
I separate the Bear Bright out, of
Bear
course.
Bright.
Yep, and this is number 2. All of this stuff is number
Number
2.
2.
And then there's number 1. I got a tote over here of number 1. That's probably worth about an additional 25 cents a pound more. So any copper piping, but no solder joints or anything like that. So it's straight copper. Here's some old lightning rod, And my old boss, he's into air conditioning, and he gets air conditioners that are, no good anymore. So I buy them from him and take those, and then let's go out here and I'll show you some of the results.
Oh wait.
Now here's some more.
Look at all this.
This is out of a big compressor from an air conditioner. That was quite a unit. There was a lot of value in that. So.
And you have something worked out with a local scrapper.
Yeah, he brings me motors.
He brings
air conditioners, microwaves, whatever. I pay him so much for that stuff. Then I give him this stuff to take back. This is worth about, I think, 8 to 10 cents a pound. So 1,000 pounds is $80.
Whew.
So
Takes a lot.
that's Lynn's whatever. But then he takes the copper for me and sells it, because he's in with the scrapper guy in Winona.
Ah.
So I get a good price for
So
bringing
you're
the copper.
kind of like a
I'm
supplier for
I'm
him.
the unseen, what do you want to call it?
The man behind the curtain.
Yeah, and
The precious metals man behind the curtain.
if I go in and try and negotiate a price, I won't get as good as Lynn done, because he's been doing it and he's got a. So
So then you just have to. Yeah, you can just stay here and
Yep, I take it apart.
take it apart.
I don't
Strip
get
it
rich
down.
at it. It's no big money making thing. you'll see on YouTube where they brag up hundreds of dollars an hour scrapping electric motors. Well, first you'd have to steal them all because they don't come free. It isn't.
That's the difference between net and gross.
Yes, so you don't just pull them out of your rear end. You have to pay for them, one way or the other. Or you go out and hunt for it. Well, that takes time. So my buddy Lynn,
So you have a guy that brings you.
Yep, brings me more. In fact, I'll show you some of the stuff over here.
And then you just disassemble, take it apart, and return it back to him. Holy moly, there's more.
So now here, these are compressors out of air conditioners, refrigerators, freezers, whatever. So you have to take a grinder and literally cut them in half, split them open, and get the winding
you
out.
get that thing there.
And you get this thing here. The reason this is here is because this is aluminum, and it's not worth monkeying with. It's not worth it. I think aluminum is 20 cents a pound. I'm not going to do that. So now we got one here that I'm going to process. So I cut it. There's oil inside. I collect that, and I use it for bar oil for my chainsaws. It's nice, pure, clean oil. So I salvage that. So then,
that's the next. That's a project, future project.
You cut them in half basically, and it'll come apart. Then you got there's like 4 bolts that hold that this part in. You can see there's 4 bolts here or whatever. You take that apart, and you can get this off, and then I do the same thing. Take the grinder and cut off the end, and so Lynn brings me the motors and stuff, throws them in the old people hauler. So here I've got
it keeps going. We got
3 compressors. Yeah, there was a dozen in here.
So these need to be.
They have to be processed.
Yes. So that one over there's got.
But this is actually is a wash machine motor, and it looks. Oh man, this looks really great. Unfortunately, it's aluminum, so the value is hardly nothing.
So that's.
If I got nothing else to do, I'll putz with it. But normally I just
And what's all this?
throw it in the go pile. Okay, these are the radiators or cores from air conditioners. They are worth about $1.50 a pound, 30 a pound, something in that order. And surprisingly, they're fairly heavy. It's copper and aluminum fins or whatever.
Yep.
So yeah, when you get an air conditioner in and you separate these out, you have to take them all apart. No steel involved. You got to have it pure copper and aluminum. So this was a big unit here, and that's that one. Yeah, that was a monster of a unit. So all in all, the last time I cashed in.
We don't need numbers.
Don't need numbers?
You better not give any numbers.
I'm not going to give out secrets? Well, let's put it this way.
Secrets exposed on the scrapping.
It was worth my while doing it. I mean,
that's all that matters.
Yeah, and like I say, what else? It's my hobby, and so I ain't worried about getting
another
rich
side
on it.
hustle.
But it's my wine money or whatever, and yeah, works great. So it's been
very interesting.
So thanks for the birthday wishes you guys indulged me with last night.
You'll have to go into the comments.
And I'll check it out.
This will be out tomorrow. So
we just unfortunately had another thing to go to, and we kind of missed out. But
well, this has been a pretty interesting little update with.
Yeah, it's something new. Like I said,
wondering what you're up to.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I can't sell firewood.
Let's see. So we come back in here, and you said you're out here some nights till 8 o'clock.
Till about 8 o'clock, monkeying around. Yeah. Then also where I go to my old plumber guy, he has got a lot of water heaters and this and that, so I salvage all of the brass out of it. So here's a little kettle of brass, odds and end pieces. You'd be surprised how much you can find. Another one over here. This is all brass. Of course, there's a war going on, if everybody knows. And of course, brass is very valuable now. So I don't know, lift that, Daniel. What do you think that is?
Probably about
30 pounds?
35,
yep.
40, 30, 36 pounds.
Yep. So this is off of an air conditioner, valves and whatnot. And so, yeah, it adds up.
All right. Well, so there you go, everyone.
That's my
Senior has been
adventure.
busy scrapping.
Yeah, it's fun. I really enjoy doing it.
Is there a technical name for this?
Like
refining or
I don't know if there's a
recycling. It's not really. Well, yeah, I guess it's recycling.
So here's a starter motor.
Because isn't copper a precious metal?
Yep, considered semi-precious anyway. So unfortunately, I have to burn this to really get it apart. It's too glued together, so to speak. You know, there's all things in here. So I throw it in the stove for a while and cook it off, and I can separate it then or whatever. So it's I don't do that to everything, you know, just certain things. I have
The
to
inner
do.
workings of this new little factory.
Yeah. But the motors are really relatively easy to get this out of. I mean, you just take a punch and start driving that out, and 5 minutes you got it out and cleaned up and put in my little bin. So that's my latest gig, like this. Hope you enjoyed the tour, like they say.
Yeah, well, there's all kinds of stuff. We got the Van Dusen hanging up there.
Oh yeah,
We've got.
I talked to him about 2 weeks ago.
You got a whole bunch of racks and paintings and a little. What is that off of? That grill up there?
Got it. Whoa. Let's put that in the
A question.
prize question. Yeah.
Well,
What model car and year was that off of?
what year is that grill of?
There's a little giveaway on the front there, but
There's a swallow's nest on the headlight.
yeah, I hung that up there, and within about 3 weeks, I had a swallow in here, and I thought, oh gosh, I can't shut the door, so she hatched her babies out of there, so that was kind of cool.
But all right, that's gonna do it from the copper mine here.
Yeah,
Down on the farm.
like you say, you got to do something when you
gotta stay busy. That's right.
yeah
Keep moving.
Keeps my mind busy.
I think that's what old guy Firewood always says. Keep moving.
Keep moving,
Something like that.
Keep doing something, you know. And if you can make a few dollars at it, hey, that's great.
That's the bonus.
you know,
doing
that's
something
one of
and
those things where
making a little.
yeah, I mean it's you
Little
don't get rich
coin.
at it, but
Yeah.
it beats playing golf, because then I'd have to shell out $100 every time going golfing, and
Right.
I'm not going to do that.
Well, thanks for watching.
Yeah,
We'll see you guys next time. Stay safe, have fun, and
stay cool. See you next time.
I've been a real bad boy on the town all night. Starting at the